Untamed Project. Today I'm joined with Ash, the founder and director of the Climb Collaborative, a web design studio based in Southwest WA in Bunbury. I absolutely love Bunbury. So this is going to be an amazing chat. She's, passionate about empowering small and regional business owners to confidently take their business online. And clearly we have a lot in common. And I'm so happy to have you here. She is also, I forget, for anyone that's interested, she is also a manifesting generator, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So welcome, Ashley.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, I'm so glad you joined me. After our conversation at the book launch, which I'll talk about later, I was just like, oh, we need you here on this podcast and we need to tell your story. And we had so much in common in like the 5 seconds that we talked.
I know.
It was so great. I absolutely love what you do, and I love the Climb Collaborative. I'd love to hear like maybe how you started it and how you got to this point of what you're doing. And it's really amazing what you're doing.
Well, thank you so much. So I went to uni, got 2 degrees, one in marketing, one in journalism, and was just going about my normal like career route as people do. They get out of uni, get their job, their graduate job, then get a new job. And I was just going about that. And I was working in corporate and I loved it. I had a great team. But I just wasn't getting that. I'm quite a creative and I wasn't really, and I really love interacting with people. And it was very structured how I had to work. And I just wanted to interact more with people and clients and be more creative. So obviously at the ripe age of 24 or 23 or 24 when we started the business, I didn't have a lot of self-confidence. So I was very nervous to start my own business. I didn't really think I could do it at all. And I don't know what the thumbs down for. I was talking to my friend Rosie about, oh, I really want to do this. This is my vision, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you have to do it. It's going to be successful. You have to do it. If you don't want to do it by yourself, I'll go in with you 50-50 and let's just do it. So that was all the push I needed. I was like, oh, okay. If you believe in this idea that much that you will go in 50-50, then let's do it. So we started it like that. We were both still working full-time jobs. So just working like nighttime, weekends, long hours to try and grow and build the business. And then it was obviously slow growing in the beginning because when you only have very limited hours, it's hard to kind of really get that momentum. And then I fell pregnant with twins. So I was living in Perth, which is the capital city of WA, if anyone doesn't know that, and working in corporate. And I fell pregnant with twins during COVID as well. So like right at the start of COVID. So they locked everything down and I obviously had a high risk pregnancy. All my family and my now husband's family was in Bunbury down south and we were getting shut down and I wouldn't be able to like see my mum when I'm pregnant for the first time and terrified and it's COVID.
Yeah.
So my work was really good in Perth. They let me work from Bunbury because they had an office down here. So I was just working remotely and then going back to Perth when they'd opened the borders up and things like that. But then obviously when I had the babies, I had to move back to Bunbury just because I needed the family support because we didn't have any family in Perth. So I moved back down to Bunbury like full time when I was 10 months pregnant. And that's when I finished work as well. Not 10 months pregnant, sorry. That was when they wanted me to go back to work when the twins were 10 months old.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was 7 months pregnant when I moved back to Bunbury. And then had the babies. It was really hard. They never slept. They had colic and reflux. That's a different story for a different time. But they wanted me to go back to my corporate job in Perth when the twins were 10 months old. So the
Mhm.
borders had obviously opened back up, but they wanted me to commute. And it just wasn't possible. Like I hadn't slept in a year and it was just very, very unsafe. And I'd still be doing little things in the business on the side with two babies that didn't sleep. So then my husband said to me, well, you've got a business. So why don't, like, we don't financially need you to go back to work right now. So why don't you just work in your business? So I started off just doing 1 day a week and then worked up to 2 and then 3 and now 4. And as soon as I solely focused on the business, it just took off. So there's just a really big need for this kind of service down here regionally. People just don't get the good support that they need. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that before they came on. People were getting what what grinds your gears is people were getting, kind of scammed by other people. So they really need good people like you in that service. That's
Yeah.
really great. And how has it been received, like by your neighbors and by everyone around you there? Because you said everything's about 5 minutes away, so word
Yeah.
spreads fast, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I grew up here. So I know quite a lot of people down here as well. And my mum's lived here her whole life. My dad moved here when he was 20 something. So yeah, just I have quite a big network down here. So that's really helped. And obviously like friends and family have just been so supportive. So it just has taken off and like compounded, and like the more I do, the more it comes back in, and it's just yeah, it's going really well.
That's so great.
Very community based down here as well. I love it so much. Like it is
Yeah.
such a community. There's like the Chamber of Commerce and Southwest Business Connect and all these different like business networking groups, and it's very everybody kind of knows everyone. So it's just really nice. Like you can support so many people, and like there's enough work for everybody, and yeah, it's just it's a really good business culture down here.
Oh, that's really great. I'm glad. Like it could either go one of two ways, I feel like in a small town. Either everyone's bickering and gossiping about each other or
Yeah.
we're supporting each other.
Well, unless I'm just oblivious to all of that. Unless I'm just my friends laugh and say that I have like little like sunshine rainbow goggles on and I just think everything's all nice and happy all the time, and they feel like things aren't like that actually, but I just like to think that everything's all good all the time.
Oh, oh no. I actually think that's like the way to be, right? Like not like I don't think you're not aware enough. I think it's like well, you can either choose one of two ways to look at
Yeah.
the world. And then it actually is that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is in my head.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. And I feel like it would be because like Perth is like that. Like I absolutely love Perth. We were talking about before we jumped on, right? That I've lived everywhere in Australia. I've lived in certain areas. It doesn't, I feel like the perspective is there to like Perth is so welcoming. Everyone's so kind, and like the business community is so thriving because everyone is not trying to backstab each other. Everyone
Yeah.
is genuinely uplifting each other. And it's like, why wouldn't that trickle down to Bunbury? Or maybe that trickled up from Bunbury and like I wouldn't know. So like, it's really cool. Oh, I love it. I was actually watching this show the other day. It was like day one vibes, and I turned it on while I was watching, while I was eating breakfast. And it's like they're reviving an entire small town with like renovating 12 places in the town, like the main strip and like some of their massive buildings, and they just built a farmer's market. And I was like crying, but I was like, oh my God, small towns are the best. And obviously that was America, but like it's funny to me that we're now talking about this and
Yeah.
just how much I want to live in a small town.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. So
Yeah.
I'm building my tiny home. I feel like I could just drive down there and I'll live there soon. But
Yeah.
yeah, before we jumped on, I was like, when I went down there, you just feel like this magnetizing energy of like the people and the area there, and then the beaches there. Amazing. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's me gushing about your life. I love it. So how what do you find has been like how have you been creating the ripple effect from like what you do in Bunbury there?
Just, do you mean as in how I'm supporting people? And
Yeah, I guess. So I'm picturing like, what you're doing is making a big impact on small businesses, obviously. Creates a ripple effect and they can
I
help
hope
other people.
yeah, I really hope so. Yeah, I've been doing a few workshops lately, just like for helping people to understand their own websites and SEO, and just kind of explaining it to people in words they can understand. So it's not like, oh no, I'm too scared to touch my website. I can't have like I'm just going to pay an agency at like $1 billion to manage that for me. I can't even think about it. It's too hard.
Hmm.
Just trying to really destigmatize the digital space, and like everyone can manage it themselves, and you should. Like there shouldn't be an area of your business that you don't understand, because you need to understand how it works and what's actually going on and how you can make it work best for you. So yeah, I just try and support business owners as much as I can. And yeah, I just want to help people. I don't mind if they work with me or not after a workshop or something like that. I just want people to feel empowered, and like I have a business and I have a website and I know how to use it, and everything's gonna work.
Yeah. And from there, like you can do everything else kind of as well. Like once you
Yeah.
have that kind of foundation, it's great.
And really, like the faster you can grow your business online, the faster your business is going to grow. And then those business owners, because they've grown so much, are going to need more services from someone else. And so, yeah, it really does. I'm hoping it really does impact the community like that, because the more someone's business does well online, the bigger they'll get, the more they're going to need staff or employees or other services to keep growing their business. So, yeah, hopefully that's the ripple effect it has on the community.
Yeah, it would and it will. Or like I'm sure it has. Maybe just like look with your beautiful glasses, your rose glasses, and go find what happened.
Yeah, I'm wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, I love it. It's hard to see though, like, yeah, when you did something and it's hard to like, I don't know, tie it to the ripple effect. You need someone from the outside perspective, I think, to see those things, maybe those
Yeah,
connections. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's so good. But yeah, like teaching people is amazing. And I love that you've shifted to that. And I think it's such an important lesson to like know in any business. Focusing on that is so much more powerful than focusing on, the dollar line or like, the money or like anything like that. Like you focus on your why, or you focus really on other people and of being of service. That shifts everything in a business. It's
Yeah, I feel like it's kept me passionate. So, obviously being a business owner is hard. Like it's definitely not easy. It's a slog. There's so much to do all the time, and you do get really just stuck in the grind of like doing the work and bringing more work in and like that. And I feel like doing the workshops and educating and things like that has like kept my spark for the business. Like I'm so passionate. I love it. I actually love it so much. So
Yeah, I love it. And so you're saying, well, I guess you weren't saying that. You were more of an introvert, right? So this is like a challenge for you, like presenting in front of people and doing the workshops, and you've evolved to
I,
this point.
I feel like I'm an introverted extrovert. So I I don't like sharing a lot about myself. And like my personal life and things like that. And I'm quite introverted in that way. And I get super, super nervous, like, and scared to like talk on camera and do the presentations. But once I get into it and get comfortable, I'm so glad we spoke for like 10, 15 minutes before we started recording. Once I'm comfortable, I'm fine. I can just talk, I ramble, I can chat away.
Yeah.
And I become extroverted. And I love connecting with people. I love networking events. I genuinely just love meeting people. but yeah, it's a very I feel like I don't fit in a box, like an introvert or an extrovert box, because yeah, I've always felt that way my whole life. I've always felt like I don't actually fit into a box of being a certain way. I'm like a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's an Aquarius thing. I'm not sure.
Uh, I'm just about to say I felt
Oh, what's
exactly
your
the
sub?
same. I'm a I'm a Sagittarius though. um, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, but back to like right at the book launch, right? Like that was sort of what we touched on. Like we just don't fit in a
Yeah.
box, and we don't kind of have like a solid like a solid direction or something. We have a direction, obviously, but like yeah, like if you tell me something new, then I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna learn that, and then I potentially could agree with you. Like so
Yeah,
we
I'm
have that like flexibility. And yeah, the introvert extrovert thing. Yeah, I've never liked when people tried to label you one or the other. I am in and out, in and extroverted.
yeah.
In my past, I was more introverted, and then the more you lean into things that you love to do, the extroversion I think can just be your natural state as well. um yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's actually really true. I never thought about it in that way. It's not so much just me, it's actually because I'm doing something that I love and I'm passionate about. That's what makes me extroverted. That's a really good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, and other people can, yeah, other people can make you extroverted. Like I still feel like if I'm in the wrong environment, which is if you had to draw a line, it's non-business owners versus business owners, then I have less to talk about. So then I become more introverted, and I'm like, there's nothing here to like vibe off of. Um,
Yeah.
but the vibe when you're a business owner to business owner, it's so good. There's this energy there. I think your camera's frozen. Are you still there?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Thanks.
No, that's right. You're
I'm
stuck in a
breathing.
nice smile. There we go. So, how do you feel like I guess we talked about that, but like yeah, how has the location where you are like strengthened your business journey? Do you feel like that was big part of it?
Yeah, I do. I really do think it's a lot easier to network down here because it is so community focused. There's a lot of, well, there's probably way more networking events in Perth, but it's a lot easier to get to them here because they're all 10, 15 minutes away. It's not like, oh, I got to set aside 4 hours on a Thursday. It's like, oh, there's a brunch at 9 a.m. on Friday. I'll just duck down there for half an hour, like
Yeah.
it's not hard to network down here, and it is very community focused and everyone wants to help local businesses and work with local people. So I think definitely that has helped the business, but also having all my family down here has helped the business because there's no way I could, well, I guess I could, but I'd be paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars on childcare and missing out
Hmm.
on so much time with my kids if I was in Perth and trying to grow a business and raise twins. Like it was just, I just don't think my business would be where it is today without the support of my family. Like my mum and dad literally are both retired and just, I, they are the best and help me out so, so much with the kids. My husband's parents help out with the kids. My brother and sister-in-law and their partners help out with the kids. Like my best friends help out with the kids if ever I need. Like everyone wants to help me and all my people are here. So I'm just very lucky. I do think that being so close to all my support network has absolutely made the business successful because I wouldn't have the time or the energy to do what I do if I didn't have all these people.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, it like really takes a village, and you have a village there, which is so cool.
Very
Do you
lucky.
do you have twin boys, twin girls, one and
Twin
the other?
boys. Yeah, identical twin boys.
That's gonna be amazing when they're older.
It already is amazing. Like the first year was like hell on earth. No, no joke. They both had colic and reflux. They just cried constantly. Someone was always crying. If it wasn't them, it was me.
Oh,
It was awful. But like now I feel so lucky. Like their relationship is unbelievable. It is so special, and they just like they will just go off together and play for hours, and
No.
they're best friends. They just hug each other. We'll just be walking down the path and they just start holding hands, and it's so cute. And they call each other their best friends and won't go to sleep unless the other one's there. And it's just like it's so special. They sleep in the same bed. They like sleep face to face, all cuddled up. They're just so
Oh,
beautiful. Yeah.
that is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I wish I had a twin. I love that. You get to see that and like see that evolve. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Boys are wild, but it's fun. If they're
yeah.
not in love with each other, they're beating each other up. But
Well, yeah. But yeah, having boys would be fun anyway.
yeah.
That's so cool. Um, yeah, I guess like with that, I was like, do you have any other perspective? I'm assuming you probably work with lots of women entrepreneurs as well.
Mm.
You know, like what are like unique challenges women face that you feel like you could, or you feel like, you know, touching on maybe as being an entrepreneur and like creating a space to support and uplift them.
Um, yeah, I do think because I'm in that space as well, I have a lot of time, patience and space for women business owners because I get it. Like
Mhm.
especially mums, the it is challenging. It is so challenging. Like I when I think back to myself before kids that used to say that I had no it is you are so limited in your time, and you don't just have to worry about yourself and you growing the business. You're caring for other people, and you're fully responsible for what they eat, what they do, how they dress, where they go, like everything. So there's all those other things, and then you've got to fit in the business. So I just feel like I'm patient, I guess. Like if um, I had a client who started a website project and then had a baby. So the
Oh,
project got put on hold for 4 months. And I'm like, that's all good. It doesn't matter. Like, it's fine. I'll be here whenever you're ready.
yeah.
So just supporting women entrepreneurs like that, and not being like, you're locked into this project. This is how it is. If you don't pay me by this date, then never talk to me again. Like life gets in the way. It's not like that. That's not and just kind of like moving away from that like masculine corporate energy and just being more flowing and free flowing, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Building that flexibility in. I agree. I spoke to someone recently who's still like in that mindset of like the masculine and the corporate and it was really interesting, but they still wanted to work with me. And I was like, oh, my intuition says this isn't gonna work.
I know.
But I know I dabbled in it. We talked about it. It wasn't gonna work. But yeah, it was just like, wow, I could not function like that anymore. There's just like you're kind of tormenting yourself, but you figure it out later on.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
there are new ways to work in 2024. Did you know?
Yeah.
Um I did actually obviously tell them, and like I don't know. It's nice to get that perspective and like bounce that back and forth though, and to see like how differently we think now and like what other ways there are possible to work. It's like it's
Mm.
amazing. So I'm
We
so
have a
glad
lot of
you have
male
that.
clients as well,
Yeah.
like business owner men, and they're all amazing, lovely. Like
Yeah.
I've never actually had an issue. So yeah, but
Same.
there's definitely there's definitely still people out there that have that this is a business and it has to be professional, and like where's like the contract and blah blah blah. Obviously I have all of those things, but yeah, there's just it's not so like nothing's so set in stone that if your dad dies or you have a baby, like we can't be flexible, you know.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. I actually have lots of male clients that are great too, but just yeah, just to use that was an example. But
Yeah,
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 so it can exist in like for everyone is a
yeah.
great example of that. Yeah. Um, but yeah, like life happens. Yeah, I'm happy that more people are moving towards that.
Mm,
So good. Um, so I guess like What else is there? What are you up to in your personal life with like maybe personal and business life with pushing your own comfort zones? Are there ways that you're pushing outside your comfort zones lately?
Yeah, so the book was definitely out of my comfort zone. Yeah, like we spoke about at the launch, the actually putting something in writing and saying this is how I feel. These are my thoughts and opinions when I am so, yeah, like it's it's not that I'm a pushover and I don't have my own thoughts and opinions, but I'm very open-minded. So I might think one way about something, but then like a couple of years later, I learn things. I meet people that have different perspectives. I can be open-minded and take other people's opinions on board. And things change, and how I feel about things change a lot as you grow as a person. So it is really intimidating to put something in writing and go, this is what I'm saying. But MG did make a really good comment about that. She was like, when she wrote her book, the first book that she wrote, she said, I don't think any of the stuff that I think back then, but that was a moment in time, and that was how I felt and how I perceived the world in that moment in time.
Yeah. And
So
that's okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that was pretty intimidating to get out of my comfort zone and actually write things down for the world to read. And yeah, just trying to do more speaking and more workshops. Like obviously, it is intimidating for the first time, like doing a workshop and getting up in front of people and putting your opinions and thoughts and knowledge out into the world. But yeah, just trying to do more of that. I want to start a YouTube channel as well.
Yeah. Yeah, do it.
Never said that out loud. I was just thinking, I've been thinking about it for a month and I've written it on my list of things to do. So I'm just putting it out
Yeah,
into the
do it.
world now and a podcast. I'm going to start a YouTube channel.
Your internet froze there. Everyone, she's in Banbury. She has bad internet. She'll be fine. Um, but
I'm
I'm
still
so
here.
excited you want to start a YouTube channel. That's so great. Like I'm doing the same. I'm building a video library and like, yeah, including YouTube on there and all of that. So it's a good place to expand to and like push your comfort zone for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And like what you said about the book too, I really felt that same thing. And like that was part of what I had to evolve to by the time we published it was just knowing that like what you have to say in the moment is the right thing to say and like what you're feeling in the moment is the right thing to say as well. And like someone needs to hear it in that moment and like it doesn't matter if your opinion changes pretty soon. I think when you have a growth mindset that like you're bound to change it in the next 5 minutes. And also just it's really beneficial in like what we do, what you and I do in like tech. It's like if you need to constantly like evolve every 5 minutes because tech is evolving every 5 minutes and keep up with all the
Yeah.
learning and change your opinion because something has actually changed. So it's a benefit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. And you're doing a retreat in Thailand or something? I saw that when you
Oh
like
yeah, I have business coaches. So my business coaches have a business retreat in Thailand in March. So I am going to do that. So that
so
was a big
cool.
step as well. I have wanted to they do them like twice a year and I've wanted to go to everyone, but the timing just with young kids, it's so hard to like leave them. I've never left them for more than a couple nights. Like it's
Mhm.
to go for like over a week or a week is a lot. Um, but yeah, I was talking to my mom about it and she was like, you have to do it. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like you've never been to Thailand, just go. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
I
So
feel like
yeah,
you'll really love
another
Thailand and that whole experience will be amazing.
yeah,
And if you can take a nod from, I always remember MG just still traveling because with her kids, right? And I'm like, let's take a nod from that. I think that's important.
yeah.
And she made it a really good dynamic in her family. And
Mhm.
yeah, you can add it to your family. And like, that's super cool.
Yeah.
And like, look at what like they'd learn from that. And like, when you come back from a trip, like you end up just such a different person, where there's like all this like extra energy on you that you get to bring back to them. Be so
Mm,
interesting.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm really excited. I cannot wait to see like how my mind changes and how my mindset changes and the things I learn and what like how different I am when I come back. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A piece of you always changes. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. And like I guess with the workshops and like, oh, I guess with the book, like what was the most meaningful part of contributing to the book for you? I'm curious. I was gonna ask everyone this.
Um it's actually more of a personal one for me. So my mum has always told me, she's always said that she wanted to write a book. She used to do quite a lot of writing. And she's just always said I've always wanted to write a book, but it was always like I always wanted to write a book, like it's not something she could do. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to do it for her really. Because yeah, when I finished school, she was the one that was like, you should go to uni. Like I never did, and I regret not doing it, and just kind of like, yeah. And it was the best thing I ever did, going to uni and getting out of Bunbury for like 8 years because it is a
Mhm.
very small town. Like the best thing you can ever do if you're from here is leave here for a while.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyone
so
from a small town leaving and
yeah,
coming
anyone from a
back.
small town, they're
Yeah.
amazing. It's a beautiful place to raise a family, but everyone should leave for a while. So yeah, I just, yeah, it was more of a personal thing. I was like, part of me always wanted to write a book as well. I think maybe because mum said that she wanted to. Like, I was always a writer. I was one of those kids that took a diary with me on like holidays, family holidays, and I would journal like everything we did each day and stuff.
Mhm.
Always been a writer. Like, English was my favorite subject at school. I did journalism at uni as well. So, yeah, it was just always something that I wanted to do. So to be able to tick that and do it for my mom as well was really special.
Yeah, that is really special. She should write a book still. I could hook her up with
I know,
someone that
I'm
can
trying to
help
convince her.
her if you want.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I'll take you up on that because I'm trying to convince her. She's like, oh, I don't want to do it by myself. I was like, I'll write it with you.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
got to
you
do
should do
it.
it together.
Yeah.
My
She has a
friend's a
very
writing coach, and I didn't know that existed. And just like the way that she does it is so flowy, and I'm like, fucking everyone needs her, like her magic to just it just brings out your magic. I'm like, everyone just needs
yeah,
one of these people.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. I'm so glad you were able to do that for her. Um, in a way, I kind of did mine for my mom. My mom's not like on this plane anymore, but I did it in a way for her as well because I was like, she would have been my biggest celebrator there.
Mm.
And if I said no to it, she would have been like, what are you doing?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Such a great experience. And like, do you plan to do another book at all? I feel like you probably have one in you.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people have asked me that since the Try and Stop Her book. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to more convince people around me to write a book. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
um,
that's great. That's
my
a great ripple
yeah,
effect
I
too.
know.
Yeah.
Like, I really want my mum to write one. My mum has type 1 diabetes and she's grown up. Like, so she's grown up with it. She got diagnosed at 8 years old. I'm pretty sure it was 8 or 9.
Mhm.
So just like the life that she's lived isn't normal, and I feel like she hasn't let it stop her. She's lived a very full life. She's traveled everywhere. She's done everything she wants to do, like apart from write a book, obviously, but
Mhm.
she's never let it stop her. And I feel like her story would be really inspiring for other people and kids and teenagers that get diagnosed at a young age. And
Yeah.
then I've got all these ideas. I don't want to write my own book yet, just because I don't feel like I have enough life experience yet to write what I want to write. So
Mhm.
maybe when I'm older, I will write a book, but I feel like writing one now, I just don't feel ready. I don't feel like I have enough that I want to put into it, because if I make one, I want it to be amazing. But then also like I was talking to my best friend who we've known each other since we were born. Like I think we were 6 months old or 6 weeks old. I don't even know.
Wow. Yeah.
Born, and we've been best friends since then. And that's unheard of. Like you don't know many people that have best friends from when they were born that are still as close as we are as well. Like we are like we see each other every week. Our kids are growing up together. Like it's fully history repeating itself, like with our kids as we grew up.
Yeah.
So I just think that's really interesting, and I feel like it would be a really interesting story to tell, and like how we've managed to stay friends throughout all of the different versions of us. Because there was definitely like a time when we clashed quite a bit when we were teenagers, but we've still managed to come through, and we see each other so regularly and we talk almost every day. So it's like, yeah, I think that would be an interesting
That would
story.
be amazing. Can you
Yeah,
make the timing on that sooner? Because like I just feel like there's not enough books on like how to be a friend or how to be a good friend or how to like maintain relationships that aren't based on love, like romantic relationships, right? Like if you can manage a friendship, you can manage a well, in a way. But if you can get through those like when you're evolving in two different directions and you can still come back to each other, like that's a skill. Like
yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like that's the ultimate love story, right? Like have a friendship that lasts that long. That's more interesting to me than any love story. It's like the ultimate commitment to someone is choosing them just to be their friend, just to be there for them. Like it's not like you're gonna get married, it's not like you're gonna have kids together, like you don't have to stay with them for any reason, but you do.
Yeah, I really love
I don't
that.
know how we got into that, but
No,
it's just a I had last weekend that I'm also dumping into your podcast.
well, that's good. It's out there, and now the universe is going to point you into writing.
Listen to the podcast. It's happening.
No, but it is important. And I think actually like, but in the sense of like, if you have a romantic relationship, but those ones, that are like 40 years old or whatever, those last because they are best friends, because they are that same dynamic of like, I just want to be in your life no matter what. Let's, navigate it. I'm not like, there's like heaps of people that don't have kids and stay together, and like, it's the same concept. It's so interesting. Like, now think about it. So
absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, please write that soon. Just gonna say that. I love it. I guess yeah. So then like how has like writing the book or how is like doing the workshops change how you look at like how you work or how you view business, I guess if we come back to that.
I feel like it has helped me to I guess be more myself again, be like I feel like I was kind of going on the direction of like a business owner, and very just like ticking the boxes and running a business, where it's helped me to step back into the business and like really get personal with people and want to really connect. Like I love connecting with people, and that's why I started the business. So it's just reminded me of that, I guess.
I love that. It's a good answer. I threw like a heavy hitter at you there.
I know. I was like, oh.
I was just curious. And yeah, my curiosity sometimes come out pretty bluntly.
I love
But yeah, no, that's really great. And like coming back to you and coming back to like humanity is so important, and it's really hard, or I don't want to say that's really hard. It's really easy to lose yourself, like you're saying, in just like being a business owner and just ticking the boxes. And like that becomes so inhumane, and then that becomes so like, yeah, soul crushing. And that's why I think businesses close, and that's why the stats are so bad. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's so right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I'm so glad that brought you back to you. And do you feel like it helped you find your voice putting it into the book?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Just, yeah, definitely. I feel like my mindset shifted a lot after writing the book, and my self-confidence, I guess. because obviously the whole time I was like, who are you to be writing a book? Yeah, like the whole time that self-doubt mindset is going, like, what are you, how is someone going to get value out of this? What do you have to give? Blah, blah, blah. So just really overcoming that helped me to find my voice and go, no, what you have to say is important. You do add value. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Yeah, it really was. It's a soul sucking journey at first, and then I feel like it gives back to you at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you
There
go,
were
oh,
so
I'm
many drafts.
solid.
I was like, not that one, can't send that one. Nope, change that. It was more
Yeah.
of just like a life dump in the beginning and then just fixing it to make it actually valuable. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Do you feel like you have like that you're like a really multi-passionate human being too, and then it was like kind of hard to nail that down? Or were you just like, I know what I'm gonna write about, but or
Yeah. I know. I'm a tangent person as well. So I'll be like thinking about one. I had like 5 different ideas, and then I did not know how to make it all go into one straight line. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Um, did you like when you were finding like being a web designer, like how did you end up finding that? Did you have like other things that you've tried, or you just went straight into like I want to do the creative part? How did you find like that this is where you want to be?
I think it was working in marketing. So obviously when you work in corporate marketing, you kind of just expected to do everything. So
Hmm.
I was a national marketing coordinator for a construction equipment company. So I was writing articles, designing on InDesign, Illustrator, designing magazine covers,
Oh, cool.
updating the website, and then I'd done some web design stuff at uni, and so I just started doing it on the side, um, and then training myself on how to get better and just educating myself along the way. When we started the Climb Collaborative, it was, I guess I didn't, you know how you're meant to start a business and have like a niche and really like, if
You're meant to do
you're
a lot of
the
things.
you're the master of none.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, no, we just do everything. We just support small business owners, but it made it people really confused by what we did. So I did try and just stick with like branding and website design.
Mhm.
But yeah,
It's hard when you're kind of like good at everything or like you like learning everything kind of thing.
yeah, I know. And everything, I'm like, and then someone would be like, oh, can you do some like flyers or banners for me? And I'm like, well, yeah, I can. So yes.
Yeah, and yeah, my
Uh,
day's kind of like mundane. So yeah, I'll do that extra random different
whatever you
project.
want, whatever you want. And I
Yeah.
want to help them do everything. I don't want them to go, oh, I've got to get this person to do this and this person to do this and this person to do this. I'm like, well, I can just help you with everything.
Yeah, I know. I am the same. Yeah, like I'm trying to take people on an experience now where it's like, will we do everything so we fill in all the gaps? Because I feel badly, like I not feel bad. I just don't want them to feel like, a part was missed and they got, like now they're like, oh, how do I fill that gap? Sometimes it's like no one can fill that gap for you unless we're doing everything else kind of as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Feels so good that we do the same.
Yeah.
um I guess I'm curious. So we talked about slightly about human design, but you don't know too much about it, but you're a manifesting generator. Do you know a little bit about that?
Not really. I did the questionnaire and I read it and I was like, 100% that is me to a T.
Yeah.
But I can't even remember what it said anymore. So if you want to read it or talk about it or tell me, and then tell
Okay.
me what you are.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, just a little bit for those that listen to this part of it. Well, like, so I like to, I don't know, be vague about it because it's just like a thing you feel. And like, it's a funny thing that I see in business with manifesting generator. So you have all of the energy, you have like a generator in you essentially. And then I'm a projector, which anyone listening, I'm not trying to put anyone in boxes. It's kind of like this tool that helps you deconditioned from what society wants you to do. So it's really a really cool thing. It's a way to find your voice and like find your uniqueness and find um like your own lane and your own path for your business. So that's why I really find it fascinating. And I can see how you've done it in your business. Manifesting generators, they're good at like multiple projects, but also like pivoting, but also being really clear and passionate about the things that they're passionate about. And I don't know if this part feels good because it actually doesn't resonate too much with you, or from what I see from the outside of like, skipping steps that don't feel good for you and like kind of like fast forwarding and then kind of going too fast and then having to go back a little bit.
That actually is me. I said to my friends the other week, I was like, I can't follow a recipe. I'm a terrible cook. I
Yeah.
cannot follow a recipe at all because I cannot follow steps. Because I read the whole thing, or I'm reading ahead and I go, well, it would actually make more sense if I did the milk part now, because I have to go to the fridge to get the butter out anyway. So I'll just do that at the same time. Like, and then it never,
And then
like
it's ruined.
I'm always trying to find an easier, faster, better way to do something. So I can't follow steps. Trying to
Yeah.
systemize my business, and I have, but my assistant's always like, can you, like you haven't ticked off the things on the project, and I'm like, I'm struggling hard to follow these steps.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. But like having an assistant, like you're good. You're outsourced the
Yeah,
parts that you're like, I need this part to be managed.
yeah, absolutely. Best
Yeah.
thing I ever did.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Well, and like, I guess in like a little bit of comparison, I'm a projector and I don't have this like consistent. So it's just this consistent energy that is said. So I spend. So the thing that I always say is like projectors need to nap more and like slow down more and like outsource more, but like doesn't mean you can't achieve the things. And you can't do all the things. But I just found the contrast between manager and projector so interesting of like, I don't know, you guys are in there in your stories, putting your checklists on your story. It's being like, this is everything I've done today. And like, and like projectors are like, this is too much and I can't handle like this energy.
I know.
Yeah. And it's just cool because we get to like, it just teaches, I don't know, it just shows that, yeah, like I can do it a different way. And like some ways that you do business is not going to work for me kind of thing. And that's what I find fascinating about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, your management style or I don't know, I feel like DMing like 100 people for you might work, but probably not you personally, but your energy is there for that. Not like the physical DMing, but it's like this, it's more like in that, I don't know, it's just like a way that you could do business of that, like connecting, but like more people, you connect with more people. And I feel like projectors are like one-on-one energy. You kind of have that energy too, though. But they go to like a networking event. In my experience, I've seen they go to a networking event, they have like 400 phone numbers, and like a projector, or I do go to a networking event and I get like one or two really like deep friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are just little contrasts that I've like observed. And I don't know, I see like your business and I think you are running it really well, like a manifesting generator, and like your content is in that energy and it's so cool, but you're also really welcoming and like obviously a beautiful soul, and that really translates through. So you're just being yourself, which is the goal of it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad that I'm glad that the manager thing resonates with you, and it's just you're doing it really well.
Thank you.
That's right. Actually, I'm curious. So, my clients and your clients are kind of similar where they don't understand technology. And do you feel like, how do you approach teaching them about technology since you're doing these workshops and things? I'm just curious.
I really just try and talk to them like this. So if I can see people face to face, I will do that. I will make the time to see people face to face, because then I can sit with them and actually show them. So it's a lot more like taking action and like demonstrating, like if I can do this right now with you, you can do it yourself. So, and yeah, just like being personal with them, really just having normal conversations, not using fancy terms, or if I have to use them, explaining what they mean. Yeah, just talking like a human being, not an agency trying to make a sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% agree. And like it is kind of like a mindset thing, I feel like the tech thing. So being in person, you get to break down kind of like from my experience, like you break down that like fear response and then they get like more comfortable and then their mindset kind of like shifts like, okay, it's not too bad. And
Yeah.
you know, I do have someone here if something goes terribly wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, just breaking down those barriers so that, yeah, they can do everything themselves if they want to, but if they need help, they don't feel stupid asking, like so many people like, sorry, probably a dumb question. I'm like, it's not a dumb question. Nothing is a dumb question. So just,
Yeah.
yeah, making people feel comfortable to ask for help and feel comfortable asking questions that they think are silly, that there's no way they're silly, because if you don't know these things, you don't know them. And that's normal.
For
Like,
sure. Yeah.
I don't know anything about being an electrician, I don't know anything about plumbing. I probably like, yeah, my husband wants to put sensor lights in at our house, and I didn't realize that we have to get it wired in. And he was like, "What do you mean you don't like?" Because I was like, "Don't you just put the light up?" And he's like, how can you think that? I'm like, I don't know anything about that. So I ask silly questions all the time. It's
Yeah.
just it's normal. Everyone does it, and yeah, making people feel comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. I've had chats like that. Like we're building our tiny home, and I was like, I didn't know that that was a thing that we could do like that, and I didn't know that. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had to connect those two things. So interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did like the flooring and the electrical, and then like we're doing plumbing and stuff now. And I'm like, oh God, I have to learn more things.
There's so much that goes in. You can't
Yeah.
just renovate a bathroom. I figured that out. Like there's a lot more to that too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And it's just like, yeah, if you've never really thought about it, you've just never really like followed the whole like chain of events. And maybe that's what it is about technology too. Like you and I can see the chain of events of what needs to happen and what will happen when I click this, this will happen. Oh, maybe, oh my God, I feel like I've just uncovered something. They don't know what's going to happen next, and how scary would that be? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, wow. So,
Yeah, that's exactly right. That,
yeah.
and yes, you definitely have uncovered something.
um, well, like, yeah, I've never thought of it that way, but it is true. And because I'm like, well, I was just thinking about when you're talking about when we were talking about technology, like um oh God, I've lost my train of thought. I've lost it. Anyway. How they can't oh, when something goes wrong in technology, or like when when just like the internet doesn't work, but there's literally no reason why the internet's not working, or something like that goes wrong, and it's like you can't explain to them that sometimes the internet just doesn't do the thing that you want it to do.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes things just break and there's actually like something has just updated somewhere and it's broken it, and we'll just have to work out how to fix it, and it's all good.
Yeah, or like we have to wait for it to like update again and then it'll be okay. Like it's such
Yeah,
a
yeah,
weird
yeah,
thing to explain to people. But yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so good. I'm really enjoying that we do a lot of the same things, and like it's really cool that you've brought it to Bunbury. Um, I'd love to ask if you have any like final thoughts or anything like you would love to leave with our listeners with in, lessons you've learned or lessons that might be helpful to them.
Oh, you've put me on the spot there.
Oh,
Oh, you love doing that, don't you?
I do, I do.
Uh, um, just mainly what I wrote about in the book, like your identity is forever changing, and just because your life is one way right now, it doesn't mean that you are set on a specific path. You are your choices, you can make choices every single day that change your path, and nothing you do is set in stone. You can change your identity as much as you want, and yeah, that's basically it.
I absolutely love that.
And
And
also to see the challenges in your life as opportunities to learn
mm,
from them. and change things yourself and change that identity and move things in a better direction.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, evolution is key, and like knowing that none of it's locked in stone is beautiful. And like doing that in a small town, I still don't know how you did that. So did you feel any pressure of like when you were changing what you were doing or who you were, that like your town was like gonna judge you, or no?
Not really. I feel like because I left for a long enough time.
Okay. Yeah. And
So,
then you came back and you're like, I'm different now, and that's fine.
yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I've actually changed that much in my personality. I've just got more confident. Like I've always been this person. I've just not had the confidence or the life experience that I had back then to be the best person, the version of myself. And I'm still not the best version of myself. I'm trying, like, I don't feel like everyone's just trying to be the best version of themselves. Everybody makes mistakes. Yeah, I don't know. It's just yeah, it is like that in a small town. I feel like if I had have just stayed here, oh, I don't know, even then, people change, things change, people grow.
Yeah.
I was gonna be a news anchor. That's what I wanted to do. That's why I did journalism at uni.
Yeah.
Like I loved media at school, and I wanted to be the next Sam Armitage. That was what I was going to do. Before then, I was going to be a ballerina because I did ballet for 14 years.
Oh,
So
amazing.
I honestly, up until I was like 17, I was going to be a ballerina. And
Mhm.
then I wanted to be a news anchor, and now I run my own business. So just, yeah, I don't think anyone would have had two thoughts about, no one really cares what I want to do. I just do whatever you want to do. If you want to change paths, change path. It might seem so scary to you and that everyone around you is going to judge you for changing paths, but people don't care that much about you. They only care about what they're doing.
Yeah, I use that mantra too, essentially. Like you like,
Yeah.
if look at how caught up you are in your own world, that's how caught up everyone is. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what, when I feel nervous, like going on stories or being like on showing my face on social media and putting myself out there, I just think people maybe see it for like a minute, might laugh, might think I'm an idiot, but then they scroll on. Nobody cares. Nobody actually cares. No one's going to hold anything over me.
Yeah, it's a good point. And like it's your life, shape it the way that you want it shaped, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. I love that. So what's the future look like for the Climb Collaborative, or for you?
Um, well, I just really like the path I'm on at the moment, which goes against everything I've just said this whole podcast, like that your path change, blah blah blah. But at the moment, I'm really just enjoying the path that I'm on. I'm hoping to do more educating, more speaking, just supporting more business owners in the best way that I can, whether that is in workshops or events or just working in my business. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that. I know there's nothing, you didn't contradict yourself, I don't think. Like you need to enjoy where you're at the time as well. You can't constantly be, well, we did go through probably a lot of periods of evolution there, and you're still evolving in what you're doing now, but you get to like kind of ground yourself in the general of what you're doing and get to evolve in the little bits of it. So you're still doing
Maybe
really.
ask me again after Thailand.
Ah, when is that?
Ask me again after March. Then I might go, this is where the Climb Collaborative is going. But right now, I'm just in it.
Yeah. No, but be in it and nurture it. It's great. But yeah, I'll ask you again in March. So I'll put it in my calendar. Like,
Okay,
ask me what she's doing.
sounds good.
Oh,
Can't
it's so
wait.
good. I'm excited for you to go to Thailand. It's epic, and yeah, I can see how much it's gonna change you in the best way. So cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
No worries. So for anyone who's listening, and feels inspired, I'm sure they do, how can they connect with you online?
So we're on Instagram, we're at the Climb Collaborative or theclimbcollaborative.com.au, or you can email me at hello@theclimbcollaborative.com.au. We're across everything, but I'm usually most active on those things. So
Yeah, sounds good. Awesome. Thanks so much for being here. That was really lovely to chat with you and just get to know you a bit more. And yeah, you're awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's so good to be here.
Thank you so much for listening. I do hope you enjoyed that. We are exploring our comfort zones and our edges with every episode, every guest, and every episode I do by myself. If you have enjoyed this, please follow us on Spotify, leave a 5-star review or a review on Apple Podcasts. It would mean the world to us. We get to grow and have more informative guests and more provocative guests if that's what you want. I am so down to see where this grows. In the meantime, follow me on Instagram at amanda.petra__, and I would love to chat with you in the DMs. What hit home, what didn't, what came to mind. It would be really cool. So I will see you there, and thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Although our podcast presenters and all guests strive to deliver accurate information, they cannot address your unique circumstances comprehensively. Therefore, the content shared by any speaker on this platform is not personalized advice for individuals and should not substitute professional medical or health guidance. It is crucial to consult a qualified medical professional or for personalized advice. Additionally, always seek guidance from a healthcare provider before making decisions regarding your health or that of your family.